A lot of crazy things are happening to crypto right now as we speak. And I'd say the most important thing, the most crucial thing that is happening to our coins today, yesterday, the day before, and just most likely for the next few weeks or so, has to do with Trump. Now, I've already stated, we've got ourselves a major event coming up this Friday, which, depending on where you are, is about 2 days from now. Depending on where you are, it might be 3. But basically, we get ourselves a massive event this Friday, as it will be the official Crypto White House Summit. Basically, it is the White House inviting a lot of CEOs, crypto leaders, and, let's just call it important people to discuss the future of crypto in America. It's already being stated that the U.S. Bitcoin reserve will be announced there, and also the U.S.'s further plans with regards to a strategic altcoin or strategic coin reserve of sorts. I will state that on its own, as far as I understand it, could be pretty massive for our bags. Think about it. Just now, the Bitcoin, XRP, Cardano, Solana in the reserve possibility was announced, and the price did really freaking well. Now that Trump did not mention anything, though, in his latest speech about crypto, some people were pessimistic. But remember, there's a whole White House day of crypto this Friday. So if something is going to be announced, it most likely is going to be on that day. I'm expecting also that if the announcements are subpar, they're not going to be able to do what they promised. It's going to be, underwhelming. The prices of most cryptos will also drop based purely on this event of Friday, and also vice versa. If we get ourselves any announcement that was unexpected or more support than anticipated, or a really excited Trump, for example, or anything along those lines, it could definitely boost crypto prices just on its own. But there's one counter, and that is that right now, as it stands, you might ask yourself, hey, but the reserve was already announced, so why are we again back to speculating? Well, a very big piece, and ladies and gentlemen, before I move on, if you've not done it yet, make sure you go ahead and press that like button. And right now today, I was also doing a $200 giveaway over on X. Basically, it was if XRP closed above $2.50. I'm not sure it will. There's still, I think like 4, 5, 7, I think 7 hours or so more to go though, so there is a bit of time. Regardless, all you have to do is just like, comment, and follow, I believe, something like that. And I'll pick 10 winners tomorrow if indeed XRP's price closes there. But also make sure you press the like button on this video. What I was trying to say, though, to get back to the topic, was the fact that as it currently stands, every single thing in the crypto market is moving based on Trump and the tariffs. So we've got China tariffs, Mexico tariffs, Canada tariffs, and I already was joking about it a bit, but it seems like more and more of a trade war has started to happen, with Trudeau from Canada now stating that they will not be decreasing the tariffs if Trump does not decrease the tariffs. But Trump basically is going versus everybody saying, yeah, we want this, we want that, blah, blah, blah. Well, we also of course, saw the meeting with Zelensky. Let's not even go into detail on that one. It was an interesting one, nonetheless. But let's just say it like this. All the parts that he's fighting on, all the battles he's fighting, they're basically being reciprocated, right? So they're battles that are both sides. So the more of a tariff that the U.S. demands, for example, the more of a tariff that China will most likely demand, the more of a demand that Canada will most likely have. And there's all these demands, all this underlying battle, but it feels kind of childish. Just the way you're looking at it from an eagle eye perspective, it's like, oh, well, he's not doing it, so I'm not doing it either. It's kind of like that. But it also does make sense in a negotiation type of tactic where, you aim to achieve something and you're putting repercussions in place in case the other side does not budge, right? And the other side is like, you know what, I won't budge, so we're going to counter that, and it's like counter offers, etc., etc. Regardless, though, whenever tariffs were mentioned, and that was actually a funny clip of Trump on the national news, I believe yesterday. Oh, yeah, officially yesterday. For a lot of people, it's still today. That's why I'm confused here. Which basically saw, or you could have seen, he starts talking about tariffs, and you see just the stock markets just dropping down while he is speaking about them, because he basically said they're not going to get rid of them, and reciprocal tariffs are coming up, I believe, very shortly here. They're just going to be increasing it, which to some extent is funny. The reason I'm saying it's funny is because it just shows Trump has got an interesting approach to all of this, right? Full on force and power. The opposite side as well. The tariffs don't seem to really be that good for the market, but the way he's seeing, at least some people are speculating that he's doing it to break everything down so he can build it back up. What I personally think doesn't really matter about the tariff situation. All that matters is that I'm kind of thinking about the crypto space and the repercussions on that like this. He has indeed done a lot of damage to the crypto market, but ultimately, the fact that he's getting this reserve in, right? Most likely, at least putting the right steps into place, working with all these different companies, got a summit in, said Biden was trash, got a new SEC in place, dropped like 10 lawsuits against all these different companies already, leads me to believe that very, very, very soon here, we're going to be getting ourselves everything we've waited for. And so the way I see it is, if you're selling at a moment like this, the way I just see it is you do not deserve the heights. That's the way I personally view it, because we're in one of the best situations that crypto has ever seen. It just takes, I guess, a bit of a broader view to recognize it, that not everything will be instant. But if you compare XRP at $2.40, for example, right now today, versus XRP at $2.40, a month or so, let's say 2 months ago, or you compare it to where it was back in 2017, you can see there's a world of differences with the way that the crypto space is looking right now, right? For example, if you compare XRP at $3 from years back versus now, wow, so much has happened. So many partnerships, such a crazier community, way bigger. Bitcoin has done some crazy gains in that time, leading XRP to be behind, It showed that more is possible for the crypto space to be achieved in, or to be achieved, whatever. So XRP is now properly regulated, not a security by that nature. Was mentioned by the freaking president to be included in U.S. national reserves. The more I start thinking about it, right? The more I start thinking about it, the more insane the position that we are in gets to me. And it just makes me realize that if I am selling at prices like this, I don't think I'd ever forgive myself. And that does not mean that it will only be up, right? Because again, Trump is doing a lot of interesting things to chop our prices down. But, and here comes the best kicker. Do you realize that Trump and subsidiaries own more crypto than 99% of the people, maybe 99.9% of the people, will ever earn in their lifetimes? You get that? So what he has in these magical crypto coins, all these millions of dollars, is more than 99% of the population will ever be able to see in their total earnings over their lifetimes. So if you put that into perspective, right? Most people will never see those numbers at all in their entire lives. He's got that in crypto. I think 99.99% of people in the world will never see that in their lives. So when you start thinking about it like that, he's pretty invested, right? 99% of the crypto holders will probably never see those numbers in their lives. And so when you start thinking about it like that, yeah, he's not going to let this industry fail. Maybe in a few years it comes out that this was the biggest market manipulation, self-enriching thing ever. But I don't care, because even though, again, he's doing some chopping, ultimately he is putting our bags on a pedestal. And I'm crazy excited for the near future. I hope you guys are too. But remember, this Friday, watch out for it, as it will definitely make crypto very, very volatile. So make sure you press that like button if you enjoyed it. Make sure you put that notification bell on. And in a bit, I'll talk about some coins that I think are interesting right now.